It's that time of morning again, off on another hike. This time is to Crater Lake, which is in the Indian Peaks Wilderness in northern Colorado on the west side of the Continental Divide. So this isn't some crazy 14er like I've been doing the last couple of trips. It's more of a chill hike, but the pictures that I've seen of it, like the second I saw pictures of this area, I was like, okay, I'm going there. So that's the big motivation. But I got here last night and it was just raining. I think there's some big storm system. I think the remnants of the hurricane in California that went through is my guess. But so it was just raining across, almost the entire state, everywhere. Like I drove 3 hours across the state from where I came and it was raining the whole time. So quite a storm system. So I almost kind of called it here and was ready to head home when I got here last night, but the rain stopped, then the clouds started to break, and then once it got dark, I could see the stars again, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. So I'm glad I did so far. It's pretty overcast, and so we'll see what kind of views I end up getting, but yeah, definitely intended to do it, and now we'll just try and see how it goes, and hopefully it doesn't rain on me too much. So there's your first wildlife encounter already. That, I think, was the biggest moose I've ever seen, I'm pretty sure. And I've seen several, but it's hard. The camera's never going to capture the size or proximity of the moose. But you could probably tell, at least by how many points he had, that was a big moose. So glad I saw him on the side of the trail and not charging down the trail straight at me, as has happened before. Through the trees there you can see Monarch Lake, which is kind of the starting point for this hike. At least the western end of it is on the eastern end of it now, but yeah, this is very pretty so far. It's overcast again, but it's very calm. The temperature right now is perfect for hiking. Nice and cool, which, it could definitely be easily 75 or 80 degrees here in the, mid to late August. So happy to have that. You guys, there's nothing quite like fresh, ripe thimbleberries right off the vine, off the side of the trail. Just delicious, perfect balance of sweetness and tartness right now. And, it's about as close as you can get to like natural in terms of your food. It's about as close to the earth as you can get, which I'm hoping balances out for the dinner of college dorm level ramen that I had last night. Guys, the forecast called for like no sun today, totally overcast, low clouds, and I'm very happy it's wrong. You're gonna see so many waterfalls. You're gonna get tired of waterfalls. It's gonna be great. And just as I was talking about, seeing a big guy right in the trail, there he is. So I just ran into two other guys who said there's 3 more moose up the trail. So that makes 3 that I've seen today already. And I'm just hoping not to surprise the other ones that are still further up. So we'll see. I'll try to make noise and yeah, keep the eyes out. So that little pond back there, I thought that was actually Crater Lake, but it's just a little bit further up. So while that was quite a spectacular view, you're gonna get another one with a bigger lake. I looked at it, that pond, and I was like, it looks a little small. And sure enough, so, but you're in for a treat. Will the real Crater Lake please stand up? So this point right here, this spire, that's Lone Eagle Peak. I don't know that I've ever seen a peak quite like that. I mean, it looks like something that one of Sauron's towers would be on Mordor or something. And yeah, then there's the ridge line going to the south, all the way around, all of it reflected in the lake. And then over here, this peak in the clouds here. Oops, directions are reversed when I try to point. Apache Peak, Apache Peak. That's a 13er. That's a pretty high summit in the Indian Peaks, one of the higher peaks. And then the ridge line just continues all the way. So, yeah, I had high hopes for this spot, and it's more than met them and exceeded them. So I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy to be here. It was a long approach in. It was about 8.5 miles just to get here. So it means another 8.5 out, but the trail was pretty easy going. And I mean, with a view like this, just about any mileage is worth it. As usual, spent quite a bit of time up here, but it's about time I headed down. So, guys, I know I'll be back. The bucket list item is to get a backcountry site here. There's several backcountry sites just off the lake shore here, and yeah, spend a whole night here and just really soak it in, because yeah, it's nice to have the chance to do that. Especially, I mean, even today I've been able to do some of that, given, you know, the other days I was trying to get up and down some 14er in, you know, some reasonable amount of time, and here I've been able to sort of relax more and just enjoy the hiking and the views. So I appreciate it. But yeah, what goes up must come down. Is always the worst part of these sort of hikes, is pulling yourself away, as I've said several times before. But as I've also said before, it makes it that much more rewarding when I finally plan on returning. Hopefully this time with a backcountry site. And yeah, I think one of the coolest places in Colorado. So definitely give it a visit. Gotta save some for the way down too. Crater Lake and the that beautiful cirque in the Indian Peaks Wilderness. That's a wrap with that. Ooh, very, very cool. Like I said, absolutely want to get back there if I can with a backcountry permit so I can actually camp there. And yeah, that was a long day. That actually took longer than the 2 14ers I've done the previous 2 days, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, part of that is the mileage. It was like 16 miles round trip, but elevation gain only 2,000 feet, so that wasn't so bad, but still a long day. So definitely is another indication that trying to backpack in there is the way to go. So yeah, it's good. I really like that place. I think it's one of the coolest, most spectacular places in Colorado. I overuse that word, but it's, you know, it's really true. You know, some places on this trip have been more spectacular than others, and that was one of the most ones. So, yeah, I would be back, as they say. And yeah, I've got maybe one more little outing tomorrow on this little 9-day excursion that I've done around the state. We'll see if it happens, the weather pending and other stuff. Yeah, we'll find out. I'll have to check the weather when I get reception back in town. So yeah, it's maybe stay tuned for that, or maybe not. Yeah, but for now, thanks for tagging along.